Hello, Stitchy friends. How are you all doing? I hope you are having a wonderful week. Well, it's only Monday, but I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Today is Monday, July 27th, 2026. My name is Andrew. This is my dog Winston, and you are here at The Runner Stitcher. This is my channel where I talk mostly about cross stitch, a little bit about running as well, and kind of just whatever else is happening in life. But thank you so much for being here. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to the channel. I hope you really enjoy what you see and the projects I'm working on. I know there was a lot of you who joined after the Midsummer Stitch weekend, and I thank you so much for that. I hope you stick around and enjoy this journey with me. And if you've been here for a long time or since the beginning, thank you so much for coming back and spending a little bit of time with me. I really do appreciate it. I know your time is precious, and I'm going to try to keep this pretty short today. I didn't have quite as good of a stitchy week as last week. There was no stitching retreat going on over the weekend, so my weekend stitches were down a little bit. But I am excited to share the progress I made on the 4 projects I worked on, but it probably will be a shorter video today, and that's quite all right. I did want to start off just by saying that we did get all of the winners claimed for the 100th episode. So I was giving away a few items for that episode, and all the winners have claimed the items. I'm going to be shipping them out this week. Everything is packed and ready to go. I just have to take it to the post office. So that is on the way. So if you want something, it is coming. I haven't forgotten. It just, it'll be going out this week, hopefully. The other thing I want to talk about is I've been highlighting a pattern from Crocette Gogo this week or this month, and this week I have a new pattern to highlight as well. So the one I want to show today is a little different from what we've seen before. Most of the patterns I've shared from them have been on the larger size. This is a smaller pattern, but it's one that I just find so cute. I really want to stitch it someday. It is called The Little Walrus, and I'll put a picture up here of what it looks like. But it's this cute scene of this walrus who is going fishing, and it's just so summery. The crab is there, the fish are there, the walrus is super cute. He's wearing like a red, white, and blue kind of shirt jumper outfit, and it's patriotic without being too patriotic, and it's just so cute. I really love this one. I thought it was perfect for this season now that we're actually in summer, and yeah, just thought it was a wonderful one. So hope you enjoy seeing that. They do have a lot of other smaller patterns as well, so definitely check out their Etsy site if you are interested, because they have a number of patterns and they're not all as huge as the ones I've been sharing. But this is one I would love to stitch someday, and I hope you enjoy that. Now, last week I did a giveaway for the pattern I was highlighting, which was called October Sampler, and a lot of you loved that sampler just like I do. It's such a beautiful piece. We had so many people entering to win that, and this giveaway is courtesy of Steph at Lindy Stitches, so thank you to Steph for being willing to do this. And I did draw a winner. The winner this time, and I'll have the comment down below, is Jamie Arbitrary Deadline, which I love that name as well. But Jamie Arbitrary Deadline, you are the winner of the October Sampler from Crocette Gogo. So if you could send me an email to therunnerstitcher@gmail.com, I will coordinate with Steph, and we'll need your email address and your address, and we'll coordinate that and get that sent out in the mail to you. So congratulations again, you are the winner. So this is the last week in July. As far as August goes, I haven't decided what designer or fabric or what I'm going to highlight yet in the month of August. So still thinking about that. You'll have to come back next week to see. All right, we'll do a little bit of life stuff at the end, but let's just jump into the whips now. Why not get started? So the first piece I worked on is Saga. This is from Long Dog Samplers. Here is what this is going to look like. You all know this piece pretty well by now, and I have a weekly goal that I'm trying to complete on this piece to finish it by Leap Day of 2028. So I will pop a video in here of where I was when I started the week. Okay, here's my starting point for Saga. I'm going to be working again on this arch. I think today maybe I'll do a little bit more of the black work in here to start, and then we'll see when I get tired of it where I move to. But you will see the update now. And this week I was able to add in 558 stitches, which actually is probably a little more than that because I didn't count any of the black work that I did, which you'll see in a bit. But that puts me at 70.3%. We crossed the 70% mark. So that means that a third of the project basically is the bottom row. Maybe it'll be about a fourth by the time we get there. But 70% on Saga. Are you ready? Here it is. So this is stitched on a 36 count vintage country mocha. I'm using the Silks for You PR207. I'm using one strand of silk over 2 linen threads. And yeah, this is where the piece is right now. So we still have one more huge arch to go at the bottom. The fabric is rolled up, but I do have plenty of room down there for the rest of the piece. But let's just zoom in a little bit now and see what I worked on this week. So I am still in this arch. We read the story last week, and if you remember from the story, here is the brumbee that is caught in the, well, I'm not sure what it is, caught in the thistles, but it's this beautiful, beautiful black work that I worked on this week, and I love how that turned out. It does take a lot of concentration to make sure you're keeping the pattern consistent and going through it, but I absolutely love it. I think it looks great. I also added in this little bird over here. I think I added the butterfly, and then I did make some progress on the rhino. So I got a little bit more of his body filled in here, but there's still a ways to go. And then there's one more motif, the crocodile comes in right here. So still definitely some stitches on this one. This was a very stitch heavy arch. It feels like it's taken a while to get through, but I do really like it. I love how the castle looks. I really like the black work there and also at the bottom for the little grassy knoll that the bunnies are on, but I think it's just a wonderful, wonderful arch. So that's where I got to this week. Next week, I might finish the arch. I have to finish the rhino and the croc, but that might be under 500 stitches. So I might be able to finish this next week. And then if I do that, I will start on this arch over here, bringing it up to the corner to make progress there. But as always, this was a ton of fun. I'm super happy with my progress so far, and yeah, just really enjoying still bringing it out. So that is the update on Saga for this week. The next piece I pulled out this week was my other WIPGO call for July, and that was the Egyptian Sampler from Teresa Wentzler. Here is what this piece is going to look like. I really actually like the colors more in person than I do on this picture now that I'm seeing it. I really just think this design is kind of funky and fun, but the colors that are chosen on the actual stitched piece, they are just beautiful. So I'm really excited to continue working on this, but this was my WIPGO goal for July. So the goal was to add in 500 stitches, and I did complete that, which I'm happy to say. So I think I remembered to take a video of this one of where it was when I started, so I will pop that in now. Okay, here's my starting point for Egyptian Sampler. I think first of all, I'm gonna work at finishing this corner motif right here that will mirror this one. I'm pretty well along, but I think I wanna finish that. I don't know if then I'll continue down the border on the side, or maybe I'll come over here and work a little bit, but you will see it now. And I'm not sure exactly of the percentage on this one because I don't have it in, I'm using a paper pattern, but I was able to add in 506 stitches on this piece. And so here is where I got to. It's looking so good. So this is from a kit. So I'm using all the kit materials, all the floss that came with the kit. This is the fabric that came with the kit, which was an old kit. This was an old fabric, and I did have to wash it a couple times because there were some stains on it. The stains kind of came out on this side. There's a little bit left on the back side, but nobody's gonna see that. So I decided to use it anyway, and I absolutely love this fabric. I think it's a 28 count, maybe Monaco. It's got a little bit more stiffness to it so that it kind of holds the stitches in place, which I think just really looks beautiful on a Teresa Wentzler piece. So let's zoom in a little bit and see what I worked on this time. So I was basically working on this corner here, and I needed to finish this corner of the border right here. So I did all of the back stitching around that section, the gold that goes around each little rectangle here. I finished this large eyelet in the center, that specialty stitch, and the satin stitches in the corner of the gold there. I also brought the bottom of this border all the way across. I think I had the color left to do, added this little section right here. What else did I do? A lot of back stitching. So I did some back stitching all the way across on the bottom here, back stitching on this side, just to sort of make progress. So I think of the top border, the only thing that's left to do is this corner motif right here still has some back stitching to do on the inside of that border or of that motif. But otherwise, all the back stitching is done on the top border, which is exciting. So that means that is finally complete, the top of the border. That feels like a big big achievement. And now as I bring the border down the sides, I probably will alternate between doing a little border work and then also getting into the motifs, which I've slightly started with these two sections right here. But I'm really enjoying this. It is a slow process because you're using blended threads, you're using specialty stitches, you're back stitching a lot, and it's just a slower process, but I really do enjoy this. So it will definitely, I'll keep working on it. This is not going to be a UFO, but it will probably be around for a long time. So if you're looking for a finish, maybe that's going to be years down the road, but that is my update on Egyptian Sampler from Teresa Wentzler. The next piece I worked on was my Pride Quaker flag from Vivsters on Etsy. I'll put a picture up here of what it is going to look like in the end. I really am enjoying this piece. I really love the design of it and stitching sort of in the negative space of the Quaker motifs. It's been a lot of fun for me. So yeah, I pulled it out again this week. I don't have a video to share when I started, but again, you'll know exactly what I was able to add because I added in a new color. So this week I added in the blue color, and I was only able to get in 202 stitches. So not near as much as I had been doing on the other colors, but I did actually manage to still get to the bottom of that color. So next week I'll still be able to start the final color. Anyway, let's just show where I'm at. So here is the design so far. So the color I added in this time was this beautiful blue, and I think it looks really good. It definitely is brighter than the green and the orange here, but I think it's all going to pull together once I get the purple at the bottom. I think it's going to be a nice sort of rainbow effect, and in person the yellow and the green do stand out a little bit more than what's coming out on camera, but I really enjoyed this. So this is stitched on a Stormy Skies from Fox and Rabbit linen. It's a 40 count, and I'm using one DMC. The blue color is actually a DMC. The rest of them are Pirate and Robin floss that I just picked that I thought would look good in a rainbow. And I wanted to get all the way down to the bottom so that I could see the full rainbow and make a decision if my colors all work. So let me know what you think. Do you think these rainbow colors are working so far? Do you think it's the right shades of these colors? And let me know what you think. I'm really happy with it, but I know that, yeah, it is kind of hard to tell. So that's the red, orange, yellow, green, and blue at the bottom. But again, a lot of fun. This will come out next week for sure because I do want to get to the final color here just so I can see everything in and then be at the bottom of the piece. And then we just have a long way to work over to the side. So this is not anywhere near a finish. This is a large piece as well, but it's one that I'm really enjoying, and it's been really fun for the summer. I think there's something really nice about stitching on really bright colors over summer, and yeah, that's been so enjoyable for me. I think this piece it'll remind me of the summer here in New York and how hot it was some days and how lovely it was other days. But all those memories will be sort of stitched into this piece. So I'll keep working on it and you'll keep seeing the progress. But that is Pride Quaker flag from Vivsters. All right, and the final piece that I worked on this week is my mystery stitch. And if you happen to catch it, I did post a Stitch With Me video yesterday of me working through some of the sections on this piece. And I think I added about 70 stitches in that video. But that's not all I was able to get done. So yesterday when I got home, I spent the whole evening just stitching on this piece, had a really enjoyable time doing that, and reminded me that when I have a couple hours to just sit down and really sink my teeth into this project, I really enjoy it. I love the full coverage. I don't even mind the confetti or the ninja stitches, but it's just enjoyable for me. It's a different type of stitching and I really do love it. So I was able to add an additional 300 stitches last night, and that puts me at 375 stitches for the week. As a total, I'm at 0.87%. So we haven't reached that 1% mark yet, but I'm excited to share where I am now. So here is the piece. This is stitched on a 25 count easy grid Lugana, and I'm using all the called for DMC, one strand over one thread here. And I forgot to take a picture or a video of where I was when I started, but I was definitely above this red hand and this last diagonal. So I think I was at the very bottom of her hair right here. And in the video, I got all the way through this really heavy confetti section, which is a little bit of her coat there, but I did not make it into the red section of her hand. So after the video, I worked all the way through the red section of her hand, and brought this diagonal all the way down to right here. And yeah, so this motif is really coming in now. I don't know if anyone has any other guesses of what that might be. We also hit, if you can see right here in the orange, there's a few different colors right here at the edge, right there. That is the next motif as well. Now, you can't really see it here because it was just kind of like 1 or 2 colors here and there, but the next diagonal will have a good section of that new motif. So we'll get some more guesses hopefully once I get there. But again, I've really enjoyed working on this piece. Hopefully next time I'll be able to bring this diagonal all the way through to the bottom, and we'll have another completed section of the frame down there. And then we'll start back up the top and keep working through. But yeah, I really, really do enjoy this piece. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And it's been fun to kind of reveal it as we go, even though it is a slow process because, you know, I've only fully really revealed one motif, but there's many more to come. So stay tuned if you're interested in seeing this mystery stitch kind of develop further. But that's my update. And that's the stitching I was able to get done this week. So not quite as much as last week, but still a good amount, I think, and I enjoyed every stitch, so that's what really counts. As far as plans go for next week, Saga will come out again. I'm going to try to get the goal for that, the weekly goal. And my other plans are, I've been working on sort of a way for me to change up my rotation and kind of gamify my stitching in a way. And I'm really excited for what I was able to come up with. I spent some time working on like a web app that is just for me right now that I'm going to try out and test, but it seems like it could be a fun way to rotate through different things, allow new starts, and work on current whips, and just kind of work through things in a fun way with mini goals set similar to temperature stitching, but not have it be they have to be done in a week, where I can just work on it for as long as it takes me to get that goal completed. So I shared a bunch of that on my Patreon channel this week with my members, and they were all really excited to see what I'm working on, and some of them were interested in maybe trying it as well. So we'll see how it all goes, but we're going to be testing that out. I think I'm going to be starting it as of August 1st will be that new sort of rotation. So I've got 1 week left in July just to kind of work on whatever it is that I want to work on, and then we'll try this new rotation, and I'll share the weekly goals with you once we get to that point, so you know, kind of have an idea of what I'm working towards and then what I was able to get done. But yeah, it's something that I'm kind of excited about and was able to just kind of put together for myself to enjoy my stitching. And the only other plan is Whip Go numbers were released for August, so I took a look at what that meant for mine, and that game is what I'm playing with my Patreon members, and I'm excited for the 2 projects that were called, so I'm going to share that with them soon, and you will see those 2 projects come out in August because both of them are ones I want to work on and want to see some stitches in. So it worked out good for the month of August. So that will be in my plans as well. The only other thing I want to share before we get into some life things is I received some Stitchy kindness in the mail from Stephanie at Red Fishy Crafts on Etsy. I'll try to have a link below to the site that you can check out, but she was so gracious and kind. She's been starting an Etsy shop and trying to just get people aware of it in case they're interested in any of the items that she's selling. And she sent me just a wide variety of things to see what it is and to share on the channel with you. So I'm very excited to do that. The first thing she sent me, and she does these, is a wooden ornament that is customized to your pet. So she made me one for Winston. How cute is that, with the snowflakes in the paws and his name there? It's such a cute ornament. This will definitely go on my tree at some point over the holiday. And yeah, this was really fun. So if you're interested in this, you can go to her Etsy site and purchase one of these and kind of customize it with the name of your pet as well. She has a couple different options for that. Then she sent me gift tags that are cross-stitchable. So they're these wooden gift tags that have a grid, and I didn't count how big the grid is, but it's probably at least 10 by 10. So this might be like a 10 by 10 block, but they, you can see there, you can write on it to and from, and it can be to put on the presents that you're giving away, but you could find a small little block of stitching there and add a little motif, and then on the stitching or on the tag, you have a little bit of your stitching as well. So I thought these were super cute. She is selling these on her site as well. Then we have some floss cards that she designed that look like this. And it's got these holes in the center here that you can do some stitching. So you could either stitch a little bit of the color that you're putting in that corner, or you could stitch a little design all the way across there, or you could stitch whatever you wanted in that little section. But we've got that one, and then there's a larger one as well that is in a circular shape. And all of that in the center is just a cross stitch grid. So you can stitch whatever you want in there on that piece. And then you still have, so you would have your final stitching right here if it's a smaller piece, and then you can have it right on your floss card, which is a lot of fun. So those are really neat to see. And the last thing, not quite the last thing, but then she sent me some ornaments that you can stitch on also. So we've got this cute little bird ornament here that you can stitch on. She has a number of different like Christmas sweaters that you could design any colors you wanted in there and stitch on those holes that are open. And what's another one? We've got like a snowman here that you could stitch a design on the snowman, the wooden piece, and also a cute bauble that you could find a nice maybe geometric design or something to stitch on there and make these little Christmas ornaments. So I think that's a really neat idea, a cute way to quickly finish a project too, because it's just going to be stitched on the hoop or on the wooden piece, and then that's ready to go. So you could find like a cute little design and do these for people as gifts for Christmas, which I thought would be really cool. So she was very kind to send that all to me, and that is all available on her Etsy shop. The other thing she sent me, which is something I saw that she had as something she was working out or trying to design, and I thought was super, super cute. And she was kind enough to send me 2 of them. These are coasters, and they have designs of a bear on them. So that is the one coaster. It's so cute. And here is the other one. I just love these so much with the bear design on them, and I already have them sitting right here on my shelf where I keep my water and things as I'm filming Flosstube, and I've been using them. They're really lovely. Now, I don't think these are on her Etsy shop right now, but you definitely could reach out to her through her Etsy shop and see if she has any more of these, or if she could make some more if you're interested in these. But I really do like these. So definitely check out Red Fishy Crafts on Etsy and see what you might find. All right, and as far as life goes, this past week was really a good week for me. It was busier again, but in a good way. Yeah, I can't complain. It was all good things. Saturday ended up being a very busy day for me. I went for a long run on Saturday morning, and I thought I was going to run maybe like 12 or 13 miles. I ended up doing 16 miles, and it was just a lovely morning. I was really just enjoying being outside and running, and I just kept going. And I ran all the way to Queens and then back into Manhattan over the Queensboro Bridge, and it was just really lovely. I'll try to put a picture up here of me standing on one of the bridges that I crossed going into Queens, but you can see like the sky was just lovely behind me, and the view up there was a nice breeze. It just was really lovely. So I had a really great run. That is probably the longest distance I've run since the New York Marathon back in November. But it was good to know, okay, I can still do 16 miles, even if I'm not following any sort of training program. And so that was my morning. That's how the morning started off. I came home, I made some breakfast, I walked Winston, and then I sat down and stitched with you for a little bit and filmed that stitching video. And that was so relaxing. I feel like that's just the perfect counter activity to running, because when I get back, I am tired, my legs need to rest, and I can sit down and just stitch with you. So that was a nice way to kind of segue into the afternoon. And then in the afternoon, I helped a friend move in the city, which if you have ever moved in New York City, you know it's not that easy. And he had asked me if I was around to help him out, and I know what it's like to move in the city, so I was happy to be assistance to him and help him move. So we did that, and then he was kind enough to buy us that helped dinner, and we had Mexican food, which was delicious. It was this spot I've never been to, and a different restaurant, but it was absolutely delicious, and yeah, definitely enjoyed the tacos. So that was a very busy Saturday, and then I didn't get home until the evening, and the day just went by so quickly. So I didn't stitch at all on Saturday, actually. Then on Sunday, I got up yesterday and I decided I'm going to go to the beach, because we just had the most perfect weather in New York all weekend. And I just couldn't resist. I couldn't just stay home when it was low 80s and sunny, but not humid. So I went to the beach yesterday and had just a lovely day, and kind of treated myself to some things, a bagel with whitefish salad in the morning for my lunch. And yeah, it was just a lovely day at the beach. I came back and, fed him, took care of Winston, and then I had the evening to sort of stitch, and that was, again, a nice way to sort of end the weekend. I worked on my mystery piece and just kind of sat down and relaxed and stitched, and that was really, really lovely. So I've really been enjoying this summer in New York. There's been really, really hot days, but also a lot of days that have just been enjoyable, which we don't often get in the city, and for them to fall on the weekend as well, that is just like, just perfect. So I had to take advantage of it. But all of that did cut into my weekend stitchy time, and I think that's why I had less stitches, but that is kind of typical of summer for me. But I am enjoying other activities. I think that's all I've got for you right now. So I will leave it at that, but thank you so much for watching and for being here. I really do appreciate it. I want to encourage you to just continue to find the joy in your day. The things that brought me joy were my run on Saturday morning and being at the beach, and just being able to be by the water and be by those waves was so enjoyable for me. So I encourage you to continue to find the joy in your day, and to stay present in whatever is going on in your life. I think I'm learning that so much, to just enjoy where I am right now and not be so focused on worrying about the future or waiting to be happy until something happens in the future, but just being able to enjoy the moment I'm in right now, because that's all we got. That's all we have right now. And we're not guaranteed anything in the future, and we can't go back to the past. So anyway, that's a long way of ending this episode, but it's just something that's been on my heart, and just kind of reminding myself to stay present in the moment and just enjoy life and enjoy the opportunities. Even helping my friend move was a way of joy for me, because I was able to help him out, and that felt nice. I'll leave it at that. Keep running if you are a runner. Always keep stitching, and be kind to whoever you meet on your journey. Bye for now. Until the next stitch.